it was unexpected because I just answered an advert, and I've worked in education for 20 years, and I'd left my last high school I worked in after 10 years. So I was working in supply, going around different schools and working in pupil referral units, which is where kids have been excluded and they have more problems than kids in high school. And I saw an advert and just thought, oh, that looks interesting, thinking I would be an extra in the background. And it just went from there. I met Ken Lόουτς for a drink, and that was enough because he's one of my heroes, but even more now. And then I got invited to auditions. I met the kids who were auditioning for the film, and I thought, oh, it's great, I'm helping them out a bit. Did scenarios with them. And he just kept asking me to come back and do something else. And I think it got to like 6 times I went into town to do another audition. And I was in the room and I saw a very famous English actress come out of the door. So I just said to the lad, Jack, who's the producer's son, I didn't know that at the time, I just said, oh, tell him that Debbie's going to go because I'm not going to get in there with her. Like, I'm not an actress. Like, I'll see you later. Like, it's been lovely meeting you. I'll see. I was going to walk away. And he said, no, you need to go upstairs. And there was Chris, who plays Ricky, and we did a scenario together, and a few weeks later I got a phone call to say I was the wife in the film, and I didn't believe him. And it took a long time to get my head around it, but I'd spent so much time with the team that it felt really good, and it felt right, and it felt like I should be there, which is a weird thing, but it did because we also were so comfortable together. And then in the September, filming started, and then I got really scared. Well, I've worked in education for 20 years as a learning mentor and support staff, and I've seen over the last 20 years how the lack of money means a lack of support for kids in class that really, really need it. The kids who have got behaviour problems, mental health issues, attachment issues, and it's not fair because the people like me who look after these kids aren't there anymore in schools. So these kids have got nothing and there's nobody speaking for them. The same as the ladies and gentlemen who work as carers in the community. Same as working in education, it's not a business. It's about people and nurturing and life, and you can't treat it like a business. And these people who work in these care home situations and go out into the community, they're not getting paid for travelling between work, they're not getting paid for if they don't hit every visit that they do, and it's not fair. And I've always been a person that will speak up about unfairness, and it used to get me into trouble at school, if I'm honest. But I'm glad I did it. I don't like unfairness. So once I got to know the story, I wanted to do it because it reflects a lot of people that I know stories, people where I grew up. I'm from a working class background, and these stories need to be told. Well, the script written by Paul Leverty is brilliant. We shot everything in chronological order, so we weren't allowed to see the whole script. Even when I was in a room.
You weren't allowed?
I couldn't read this whole script before the filming start. Even if it was in a room, it would be take away. I was like, what? We stuck to the script because obviously there's a message in there, and there's clear. The script's written for a reason, and it's by Paul. It's a lovely story, so you do have the script, but there was a couple of surprises. There was a couple of things where when he drives away in the van, I didn't have a script or nothing. I just was told to react. Your husband's, something's happening outside, just go down the stairs and open the door. And there I saw him, and I just had to react. And that's what I would do if my husband was seriously injured and going to drive himself to death. I would go and stop. And then actually nearly, you can hear the van go, and that's me going, because the van, like, I thought I was going to get knocked over, but I added maybe a bit of more anger. A lot of my, in the hospital, I added more, stick your phone up your arse, like, but nothing changed. Everything that was in the script was in there. But like, say if it was a certain word, then I would say, she's from Newcastle, she wouldn't say that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, but we stuck to the script, which was really good. I Daniel Blake was about the benefit system and how unfair it was. The film is dealing with the gig economy and 0-hour contracts, which puts people in a position where they're going to work every single day, working long hours, but they still can't afford to put food on their table. There's 3 out of 4 children living in poverty in the UK, their parents are working. That's not right. So this needs to be told. The man who owns Amazon is the richest man in the world, but his drivers have to weigh in a bottle on the road, and they get paid less than, it's just not fair. The topic of the film about the unfairness of working and stuff it'll cause debate, which is good because we need that in our country. We need a change in government. We need some fairness. We can't just have the top and the bottom. So it will cause debate, but also the film's not just about that. It's about a family, and it's about keeping it going and keeping it together. Like I try in the film, I'm everywhere trying to keep everyone safe, home. It's about, the son, yes, he does go off a little, he goes off onto his little journey and he could easily go off the rails, but there's a firm foundation still there, so he comes back to us. It's also about trying to, work and parents, trying to keep a relationship alive. Mental health issues. It's about a lot of things that will cause discussion, things that will make you think, things that will make you feel something, and also there's a little bit of humour in there because he always has a little bit of humour. So it'll speak to a lot of people, I think.